Happy New Year.
2025, far out.
Boom. Can you believe it? How quick did last year go? This year? Going to be quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, especially when we've already got so much on our plate. We're looking to the future, planning amazing road trips to do across this year, which I'm really excited about. Getting to places that we haven't explored before, which is kind of hard to believe, really, isn't it?
We haven't scratched the surface.
So
it is amazing.
Yeah.
As well as some huge news. There is some upgrades.
Yes, some very exciting upgrades.
Could involve vehicles.
It could. Definitely doesn't involve a husband.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
And little Jasper's still with us. He is absolutely
Although
thriving.
He's big Jasper now.
Unbelievable. He's grown 2 inches over Christmas and Santa found him, so phew.
Yeah, he's happy.
He is happy. We are staying at a friend's property. Freaking amazing.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
In fact, we're bunkered down for a few more weeks across January to really get our lives together, to get all of these upgrades and changes sorted. We've got some big projects we've been working on in the background for the last few years that are finally coming to fruition. So there's so much going on. Our heads are spinning a little bit. So we're stealing space in friends' properties and yards
to get it done.
Yeah.
But tonight is super cool because it's one of our really most viewed episodes and requested. The content around it, we think it will add value whether you're already on the road, whether you're dreaming, you're planning. Perfect for you. But we hope you enjoy it, and we hope that this year 2025 is not only prosperous but is a happy and healthy one for you and your family.
Definitely, it's our focus this year, isn't it? Health and happiness.
And the rest will just sort itself out.
It will. So good. Bring it on.
All right. Lots of love from us to you and yours.
We'll see you next week.
Enjoy. Bye. Episode 1's content. Lots of notes here, but that's just so that we try and stay on script because, as you know,
we're already off it. So
way off.
Yeah,
okay.
Here we go. Oh, I just want to jump in and say our ultimate...
Happy New Year 2023.
Crazy.
Halfway through January already.
Oh my goodness, we are so excited though. We love this time of year. We really utilise this first few weeks of the year to set our goals and our intentions for what the year is going to be. There seems to be a buzz in the air, doesn't there?
I love it. I think summer as well.
Oh, so good.
In Queensland. Brilliant. What about New Year's resolution? You got one?
Well, I'm not huge on the resolutions, but I love coming up with...
Or can you say it?
coming up with a word or two to really set my intentions for the year. So this year, I'm thinking organisation and patience are my words for the year. I thought you'd like that.
Mine, I don't have any words.
Be nice to my wife. There's 5 for you.
There you go. That's my resolution. Drink more water, actually. This is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, fitness is another really good one, I think, that we can focus on.
Do you know why fitness? Is because Jasper is 6 and he's running like a 16-year-old.
Yep.
And I'm puffed.
Yeah.
I could not keep up with him at Christmas, so I know that something has to give.
I knew we shouldn't have bought those new runners for him.
No, very good. So excited for you as well. If you're out there and you're in that dreaming stage, or you're really just starting out, this next 2 episodes are a 2-part series on everything you need to know about travelling around Oz. And now that we're off grid, we've got a bit of an update around that as well, so we can share some exciting stuff. I mean, we're 3 years, 100,000 kilometres down the track now.
Crazy.
Yeah, so a lot to share. And if you are already on the road, you're a subscriber, well, you're going to love this anyway, because there's some new gems in there and some more ideas that may help you get further down the road as well.
Yeah, look, sounds fantastic. And the 79 is still in with the repairers. Unfortunately, we can't wait to get that back. So we are stationary for a little while longer, so a really perfect opportunity for us to share this information, education, and as you said, Paul, those gems that if you are thinking this is your year or you're planning for 2024 or beyond, this is going to absolutely help keep you inspired, keep your fires burning, just keep you on track for chasing that goal.
Okay, now, if you're only just new, then... Look,
welcome!
Yeah, welcome, exactly. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the bell.
And share. Yeah.
That's right. Now, the 79, Toyota 79 series, we rolled that at the end of last year. It's been in having repairs. So this was a good opportunity for us really to take, the opportunity while we can't roll down the road with it, to give you this information. But we're excited because after this mini-series is the 79 build. Brand new canopy, brand new company, and our great mates at MSA are going to be fitting that out. How good is that?
Oh, I just can't wait to get... When you live in such a small space and you're utilising every tiny possible centimetre of space to be able to have those spaces organised, I'm so excited about getting the MSA drawers and organisation system back into the back of the canopy. It's been tough without it.
Simple storage solutions. They're the best in the business. Thank you guys at MSA.
Yep.
We love you, and you're going to love that episode in a couple of weeks. Okay, the 2 episodes that we're covering off, let's talk about tonight. We are going to be talking about preparation, apps, maps, resources, and the education that we absolutely recommend now that we've been around the world a couple of times or maybe more.
Seen sights and had delights. Absolutely. So much good stuff in this week's episode. Next week, what are we talking about? We are talking about must-have gear. You don't need it all.
No.
So we're going to talk about that. Storage solutions, safety and security. That is such a huge one. Communications and preparing for off-grid living.
Okay, we're into it now. A quick backstory, all right? And this really is for those of you who are new to our channel, because I think people look at our setup and they go, oh, well, it was easy for you guys. You won the lotto.
Oh, God, I wish.
I mean, we feel like we have won the lotto being in this lifestyle.
Yeah.
But that's certainly not the case. We were in debt, actually over our heads in debt before we started, and that would have been now 6 years ago. We were struggling through IVF 4 years to make our little miracle. Yeah. What a reward he is for everyone.
Such a blessing.
Incredible.
We didn't have a property to sell though. We didn't have savings behind us. We needed to really set our intentions, and then we just basically worked our butts off to save as much money as we could to pay off our debt. In fact, we used Scott Pate's The Barefoot Investor Principles. Now, we're not affiliated with him at any
level.
No, that's right. We are certainly not financial advisors, but that worked for us.
Yeah. So grab yourself a copy of that book.
Yeah, actually, we just picked up the Barefoot for Kids at Christmas time
fantastic.
For Jasper. So we're excited to follow those principles with him as well.
We're not sure he was excited when he opened it. Oh, wow, a book.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah, from Scott Pate. Awesome.
But really, really
it
good
is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. What else did I want to say here? I think that's really it, is that, look, there was no golden goose. There was no silver spoon, unfortunately.
No lotto ticket.
If we can do it, you can do it. That is really the point of this story, is just make a plan, make it happen. Get yourself a whiteboard. We stuck it in front of our, 55-inch TV, and we went, right, turn the news off. Let's look at this whiteboard and work out how we're going to make this happen. 2 years, 2-year plan.
Yeah.
And then we hit the road. So.
And we didn't start with this setup. We started where we could based on our financial circumstances at the time. And that's a big one. Like, start where you can too. You don't have to wait for that perfect setup to come along or that perfect situation, because chances are there's always going to be something that you go, oh, okay, we need to wait for that. Oh, rising fuel prices, we need to wait for that. We started where we could, and over those 3 years were able to upgrade to now, you know, our dream setup, which is just awesome.
Amazing. Okay, if you haven't already, you can visit our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com. There is so much free stuff there. Okay, loads of free resources, everything from our recipes and you name it, it is all on there. But as you land on that opening page, it says you don't need to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. And that is exactly what we did. You know, how do you eat an elephant?
Yeah.
One bite at a time.
Yep. And
Okay,
tiny
so-
bite. And that's it. As long as you're doing a small action every day towards the achievement of your goal, whether that's travelling Australia or, you know, becoming a bloody celebrity, whatever that is, just take a small action
I've always wanted
towards
to be a
that goal.
celebrity. Okay, here we go.
You were once, still.
Episode 1's content, lots of notes here, but that's just so that we try and stay on script, because as you know,
We're already off it. So
way off.
Yeah,
Okay.
here we go. Oh, I just want to jump in and say our
yes,
our ultimate travel ebook guide that we released this time last year that has been going great guns. We have updated that. Includes a lot more information around being off grid.
Yep.
A lot more information after our 100,000 Ks now around Australia. So if you haven't already seen that or checked that out, we'll have some more info later in the episode about it. But again, you can jump onto our website and find that. It's less than the cost of a night's camping.
Amazing.
With so many resources. It is the guide that we wish we had before we hit the road, because we couldn't find all of that information, with downloadable checklists and templates and over 100 links to different resources. It's awesome.
Fantastic. And wait, there's more. There is a free audio book if you do purchase that, so you can check that out through our website. Okay, let's do it. Education. First thing,
Do a towing course.
pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
We think that before anyone attempts to tow a van down the road, no matter whether you've towed a boat or a box trailer, you should go and do a towing course. And look, at some point maybe that will come in to effect as part of a license, because it just gives you not only all of those nuggets and those ideas and some, you know, professional advice, opposed to your husband thinking that he knows everything. It also gives you peace of mind. It gives you that little bit of confidence and encouragement to know, what, we've got this.
Yeah, look, and education is so important. You can have all of the tools. You can have the best van on the market. You can have the best tow vehicle on the market. If you don't know what to do with them to keep yourself, your family, and other people on the road safe, like, it is so important to educate yourself. And if you can do this stuff before you hit the road, I mean, that's awesome.
Brilliant. Okay. Furthering education, we would recommend that you do a four-wheel drive course.
Yes.
You can do half-day courses. You can do full-blown, you know, courses that are off track and all that. That's not our sort of style, but we did have some instruction there from Tony up in Rocky.
Yep.
Yeah, that was at Five Rocks, Byfield National Park. Amazing.
Yeah, I'll put a card into that up there.
And just some really great advice from everything from sand driving to tyre pressures to maintenance. It's priceless.
Yeah, it really is. And I think that's something that I would like us to explore a little bit more this year as well, because we do want to get more off the beaten track. We do want to get more off road. So we are going to need those skills.
Love it. And it's available, you know, and this stuff is always going to be anything from $300 to $400 for a course.
Yep.
It's a no-brainer.
Yep.
Okay, first aid course. Probably should have been first on the list.
Yeah. Look, we are going to be doing a first aid course coming up, and we'll bring that to you in one of our episodes as well. But again, so important, if not for yourself and your family. I mean, being on the road so much, we have come across plenty of different situations that required first aid assistance.
Yeah.
And if you have those skills, not only could they be life-saving for somebody, but it also takes that stress out of it.
Yeah, you can just jump into gear and know what you're doing, or feel like you've got the confidence to help someone in need or help your family.
Yep.
Okay, we've got get your setup weighed professionally once you're fully loaded and you're ready to hit the road. Now, we've been delayed on our weigh-in, as you would know if you've been following along. That's okay. Once we have our new build on the 79 back from repairs and we are ready to go, really ready to go this time, we will be doing a weigh-in with the industry-leading superstar Dave Lewis from Weight Check.
Yes, we love Dave, and of course we will bring all of that to you, as well as the different ways that you can switch up your weights, move things around, store things differently in your van and your tow vehicle to make sure that you, not only under the legal limit, but you're also, again, keeping yourself and your family and others on the road safe.
Yeah, weight distribution. We'll make sure that that's a major part of that episode when we do our weigh-in. Dun, dun, dun. Doesn't it feel like Rocky?
Maybe we should weigh each other in at the same time.
Yeah, look, I'm working on it. Trimming down after Christmas puddings. All right.
Here, checklist.
Yes, good point.
Oh, so important. Again, when we, if you're total newbies like we were and you have no idea and you feel extremely overwhelmed, or even if you are seasoned campers, having checklists is a really great way to make sure that you don't forget anything, that, you don't miss a step that's integral to your safety, and particularly when it comes around hitching and unhitching, that is one of the probably most dangerous parts.
I think it's a pinch point where if something's going to go wrong, then it can go bad, opposed to just, going, oh, that didn't work.
Yeah, exactly. So checklists are so important until you've got them ingrained in your brain and each other's. Having them physically is awesome. And so we couldn't find any, so we created our own, which are in our ebook as well.
Yeah.
But a really great educational tool when you are setting off.
Fantastic. Also, insurance policies. Make sure you know your details of your insurance policies, whether you're going to require a tow vehicle, whether it, or a tow for both vehicles, what's included, what's covered.
Yeah, what's not covered. Are you covered if you have an accident? Are you covered if you're overweight? There's lots of fine details, and of course there's plenty of insurers out there. We definitely don't want to give any insurance advice of who you should go with, so make sure that you're doing your own research.
I think it's it. It's not one size fits all. You've got to really look at what your setup is and then talk to a few of them. Certainly with the vehicle on the 79, we went through 4 different phone calls to get the right advice.
Awesome advice.
Okay, apps, maps, resources.
This is really important stuff as well, particularly in your planning stages before you hit the road. You want to be equipped with all the tools that are going to take the stress out of it for you, make your experience so much better, keep you communicating well. You're so funny. See what I've got to put up with.
Look, in our ebook, there's over 30 clickable links that are apps. There's actually over 100 clickable links to resources through that ebook, but there's about 30 dedicated apps that we call our go-tos. Yeah. The ones that we tried and tested and think everyone travelling, whether you're in an RV or a camper or a swag, should have. Here's a handful of the ones that we absolutely love. Wikicamps.
Yes.
Obvious, no-brainer for $7 or whatever it is now. It's the best money you'll spend as far as travelling Oz.
It's great. We love Wikicamps for even those days where we're like on a mission travelling somewhere and we don't have anything booked, and it's just okay, how you feeling? I want to pull up within the next hour, have a quick look and find a campground. So Wikicamps is awesome for that. Dump points reviews, freshwater, points of interest, so many different
free camps.
Things, filters that you can put in there if you're travelling with pets, if you're travelling with crazy kids, all of that.
Hip camp.
Another awesome one. And more hip camps popping up too.
Yeah, it is becoming pretty popular.
We've been loving that in our off-grid season 7, haven't we? We've found some gems.
Really great value camping for off-grid campers specifically.
Yeah, and a lot of hip camps are featured on the Wikicamps app as well.
Harvest Host, which in Australia is called
Harvest Inn.
I should say. We're new to that. We hopefully will bring you some properties around that as well.
Yeah, we just got a membership for that, so I'm keen to check that out.
Yeah, we'll check it out, but it looks pretty cool. It's a different model where as long as you're contributing to the location that you're staying at, so it's like it could be a farm stay, a winery, doesn't that sound good? And then you might be able to camp there for free or for a very, very low cost, as long as you're, taking home a bottle of the vino or whatever it is, or helping out, milk the cows. Or look, it is a hugely successful model in the US. So we're keen to see if it takes off here in Australia. You know, and
There's
give
a
it,
lot more
give it a go.
properties from when we first checked it out, and we have just bought our membership.
Yep.
So stay tuned for some harvesting properties coming up this year.
Okay, let's fly down these.
Righto.
SciGig.
Yeah, this is a huge one. We get asked all the time about what is the best navigation app to be able to put in your weights and your dimensions of your vehicle, or to avoid roads that you don't want to go down. SciGig is our definite recommendation.
Put your parameters of everything about the vehicles before you actually roll down the road.
It's good advice.
You know, and you may have heard us tell this story. You know, we're in a motorhome and North Sydney, 3 p.m, school's out, and we come to a train bridge and can't fit under with the motorhome. Reversing out of that was the most stressful thing we've ever experienced.
Yep.
Should have had SciGig. That's actually how we got SciGig, was after that.
Yep, definitely. And it has saved us many, many times.
Okay, Emergency Plus. There's a first aid by St John's Ambulance.
Yep.
Australian fires. You know, we have some pretty major weather events. You know, El Nino is coming soon. You know, there's going to be fires again, no doubt. It's all these cycles. So these apps are great. Rain, Willy Weather, All Trails. Love that. If you're a hiker or your family is looking for an activity, make it hiking.
Yeah, or where to cycle. All Trails features that as well.
It is brilliant. It shows you your location and every type of experience.
Yep.
And again, you can filter it in and out within your location. Brilliant.
Yes, so good.
And I think it's free. Well, it's $2.49. I can't remember.
I can't
there might be a
remember
light version and a paid version. Anyway, just check that out.
Yep.
Austrails. Ozpost.
Ozpost, again, we get loads of questions about postage. So get yourself a MyPost account. Use the Ozpost app. Get your mail parcels sent anywhere around Australia. Could not be easier.
Excellent. There you go, more water.
Good boy.
My resolution's going good. I am 8 months dry from alcohol.
Yeah, you're amazing. That definitely. Can you put in some like full-on sound effects and some because that is worth celebrating.
It is so good. I feel so much better for it. I am looking forward to that first bottle of vino. I really am. I mean, I won't.
Look, the crickets are celebrating for you.
Won't deny that.
Cicadas.
But anyway, okay,
that
YouTube.
Could be messy. You won't be looking forward to the day after that first bottle of vino.
Yeah, no, that's right. I think I'm going to go into it with a really different mindset, though. You know, some new habits opposed to drinking every day. I might drink every other day or every weekend or something. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm going to be a different person when I get to that.
You already are.
Thank you.
Okay, at the last two apps, of course, we would recommend YouTube. You know, binge watch your favourite family as you're travelling around.
Yes.
Can't be without that.
TikTok. We love TikTok now. We're really getting into it, aren't we? It's going well.
Good fun.
All right, resources. There are industry authorities, you know, not people like us that just, you know, talk about what they know. Actual authorities, websites, there's plenty of them out there.
Yeah, look, we're talking about the Caravanning Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria site series, of course, also Caravanning Australia. But great information and links to further education on those websites
Free
as well.
resources at your fingertips, one click away. Just check them out.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. If you're looking for something, go there first.
Okay, other resources, national parks, brilliant, especially around camping and trails and wildlife, and also being aware of what is open or closed before you arrived can save you a bit of a headache.
For sure. Droning rules too is something that we get asked a lot about as well. So the national park websites will give you all of that information. If you are travelling Australia, get a national parks pass. 100%. You will be so thankful that you do. We have amazing national parks in this country, many of which you can camp in.
Even if you're not travelling Australia, within 2 hours of pretty well anywhere you live along the East Coast, you can be in the middle of a World Heritage listed site, you know, a national park that is breathtaking and will help you breathe, you know, unwind.
So good.
Such a gift to Australia, our national parks.
Oh, look, and even if you're travelling with pets, more and more these days we see pet sitting services so that people can get into the national parks and enjoy those experiences, those day hikes, you know, or a swim or whatever it is. Find yourself a pet sitting service.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Vic, Visitor Information Centres. This is our first stop every time we rock into a locations, whether that's remote, rural, along the coast. They are fantastic. True characters, the true fabric of the society. You know, they are the people that are generally volunteering their time to add value to your experience for free.
Yes, and they're going to give you those little gems that you won't necessarily find in the tourist brochure.
Yeah.
So go and talk to those people because
and
they're
the
awesome.
goss as well. You know, oh, Joe and Janet over there, you know, they'll tell you what's going on in the town, where to get the best pub meal. We love it.
Yeah.
Okay, safety security we're going to talk about next week.
Yes.
Including some outback driving. We've done episodes on pretty well all of this content that we are talking about. All of those links are in the description, and all of those links to every single one of these episodes are in our ebook.
Yes, good point. And coming up, we're going to be doing an episode all around preparing for off-road travel, which
so good.
is really new to us as well with this new setup. So we will bring you all the ins and outs, everything you need to know if you want to get
there's
off-road.
our neighbour. We're going to give him a wave. Happy New Year! Good stuff. All right. We're off-grid camping here on a friend's property.
It's amazing.
It is. Oh, we could stay here.
Forever.
Yeah.
I think he's worried we are.
Okay. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Top our waters up. We're going to now throw to our 1 minute promo on the ebook that is a little bit more succinct and give you exactly what value you can gain from grabbing yourself a copy, and then we'll be back straight after that. Feeling overwhelmed on how to get started and where to get the information?
Well, this is the road trip guide that we wish we had before we hit the road. Over 100 pages of travel information and tips on purchasing, planning, vehicle maintenance, safety and security, storage solutions, gear, weights and towing, and how to make money on the road. Plus, over 100 links to additional resources, apps, maps, printable checklists, budget and customizable templates. Everything you need in the one detailed ebook, and all for less than the cost of one night's camping.
How good is that? It's time to get excited and time to get your copy. Plus included is our free audio book, Lessons from a Lap Year.
Happy trails!
How good is that? You'll love that ebook and of course the free audio book. Brilliant. Let's get into part 2 here. Preparation and travel planning. The first bit of advice we give you is get onto the podcast directories and check out our podcast. It is the Family Travel Australia podcast. Look, it has been awarded #1 travel podcast for travel in Australia last year. It has, I think, about 10,000 downloads and listeners now every single month.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, thank you if you're listening out there. And it's just great. It's pretty well Katie and I doing a little bit of what we're doing now. Just having a good chinwag about where we've been that week, what's been happening, if there's any current RV news, product reviews, you name it, anything to do with the industry. But primarily, it's just us sharing our experience and hopefully giving you some good bits of advice and travel tips along the way.
Yeah, it's good fun. We're a little bit more loose in the podcast than maybe we are on our YouTube show.
That is true, yes. But we love it and just so thankful for the support. And again, it is totally free.
Yeah, so
okay,
awesome.
It's available on, I think it's 12 different directories around the world. We have listeners from, I don't know now, it's 50-something countries. It is
amazing.
remarkable. Yeah, and free. Okay, let's get into it. If you haven't already, set a date for leaving.
Oh, nothing beats a deadline.
Yeah.
Don't keep putting it off. Just write that date down and then do what you need to do to work towards it. That's exactly what we did.
Yeah, we talk about reverse engineering. What does that mean? Basically that. Have a deadline, whether that's in 1 year, 2 years like it was for us.
Yep.
And then just work back from the roll out the driveway moment to what needs to happen each week. You know, if you need to be really specific at the start and do each day. But we pretty well, you know, got to days, weeks, months, and then leave dates. So, you know, and you can shift the goalposts as needed, but if you don't have a goalpost to shift, then you're kind of stuffed.
Yeah, that's right. It also helps to take the overwhelm out of it as well. You know what you've got to do. It doesn't seem so huge. It's the first step, and then you just take the next one and the next one.
Okay, buy a whiteboard. We've mentioned this plenty of times during the years, and that is because that's exactly what we did. Once we had this, you know, really dream of an idea, on a road trip, and Kate said, what would you do if you could do anything in your life and take money, we were in debt, 60 grand or something, what would you do? And I said, I'd travel Australia with my family and we'd document it. And Kate said, let's do it. And I just went, how the hell are we going to do that, And she said, well, let's get a whiteboard and just put it all down. So we bought the biggest whiteboard we could from what's it called? Officeworks, sorry. Yeah. Stuck it in front of the TV, and that was it. That, just doing that, God, didn't that spark that fire? Just give it some fuel in my belly to go, right, we're doing this. Yeah. And we binge watched a family in the US called Keep Your Daydream.
Yes, jump onto their channel if you're after some more great inspiration.
They're amazing. It wasn't about where we were going to travel in Australia. It was about finding a family that could keep us inspired. And those guys too, when you look at their journey now, it must be 8-9 years down the track, if they can do it, we can do it. That's what we thought.
Totally.
Yeah, so hopefully we can give you that same feeling as well. All right.
Reverse engineering plan. We said that. Stop spending. Oh my gosh, it's a huge one.
That is.
And it sounds so simple. Stop spending, start saving. But honestly, if you start to live like you're already on the road and you don't need all of those things, those shiny new things that keep saying, buy me, take me home, because you can't. You've got nowhere to put them.
That's how Katie and I met, actually.
Pretty well. Yeah, that's a whole other episode. You don't need them because you've got nowhere to put them. So stop spending, start saving. You'll become a conscious consumer and you'll realise that you don't actually need all the stuff to feel fulfilled and happy.
I love it. It's that idea that when your kid's saying, oh, can we just get that $20, plastic toy on the way out of the supermarket? And you realise that $20 spend is one night camping off grid, it's a no-brainer. You go, no, actually, we don't need that. Yeah. That's just landfill.
Exactly.
All right. The next one, find your community. Yeah. There are so many online forums. It doesn't matter what type of person you are. It doesn't matter your religious background, political beliefs, race, creed, colour. You will find your people out there that are already travelling and will have a forum online, whether that's through social media or websites. So just Google it and you will be amazed at how much support is at your fingertips.
Yeah, for sure. And again, ongoing education and ideas, and the community is amazing.
Yes. Okay, budget. This is a great one. Yeah. Everyone asks us, but how do you afford it?
Or what exactly do we need? Well, we can't tell you that. You need to work that out for yourself. And our best advice is, don't listen to what anybody else tells you that you need to travel Australia, because your circumstances are going to be so uniquely yours.
Yeah.
Figure out your budget. Base it on what is your budget already, and what are the things that you can potentially tighten up, get rid of, stop paying. Things like we get questioned about fuel. Well, how do you afford to keep travelling with fuel prices? Set a fuel budget. If you can only travel $100 worth of fuel each week, then that's all you travel, but don't use it as an excuse not to get out there.
There's the Australian Government Smarts Money budget.
Yep.
That template and the link to that is in the ebook as well.
Yep.
Or you can Google it and find it for yourself. Yep. I guess that's what we love about the book, is that, instead of looking around at 50 different sites and trying to find all this info, it's in one place.
There. Yeah.
But you can definitely visit, and it is a free downloadable template that is awesome.
We use that. We still use that for our day-to-day budgeting as well.
Okay. Also, figure out what are your must-do experiences. If you're going to be travelling for 3 months or a year or 2 years. We had a 2-year plan of travel. We're obviously now just over our 3 years because we don't want to stop ever. And obviously now this is our business and how we pay to continue being able to spend this time together as a family. But once you've got that, work out, well, if you're going to have one big rock, as KYD call it, or one big goal, 4 experiences a year, whatever it is, work those out so that you do not let those go.
No, because most of the big top experiences around the country are either going to be seasonal or super popular for good reason. So you're going to need to book ahead. You'll need to plan your travels accordingly. If you want to swim with the whale sharks in WA, then you probably need to tell your husband what time of year you've got to be there so that you don't get there and he says, where are all the damn whale sharks? And they're totally out of season.
I know, we rocked up in, I think it was towards late October. I was like, get them back here.
Yeah.
I'm here. Yeah, so make sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it'll also help you route plan as well, because we get loads of questions about that. For us, we just kind of go wherever and zigzag our way around the country. But if you are going to be doing a lap, picking out those experiences are going to help you plan what time of year you need to be where.
Okay, we're going to now move into our final segment, and it is RV, recreational vehicle as it's called. You know, everywhere we drive around it says, this is an RV-friendly town. Okay,
RV.
It sounds like an American term, and it probably is originally, but it means recreational vehicle.
Yeah, I think it just means everything. Doesn't matter if you're in a motorhome, a caravan, a rooftop, a camper trailer.
It covers us all, yep. And vehicle preparation is our next segment, but my camera is furiously flashing at me because I think I need to put a new battery in. So I'll do that, and then we'll kick on with this segment. All right.
We do this for a living.
Oh, I know. Professionals. Boom.
Yeah, just like that.
Moving magic, yes. We have taken a little break, new battery in the camera. It's cooled down a little bit, so we love our cameras, we have to say. This is a Canon R6, best camera that we've ever owned, and also the GoPros, but...
They don't like the heat.
No, as soon
Especially
as it
not
gets
up
too
in
hot.
tropical North Queensland.
All right, anyway, we're back on.
They were sweating like we were.
We're on vehicle preparation, as we mentioned. Not going to get into details of purchasing an RV.
No, we speak a lot about that actually in our Lessons from a Lap Year series of episodes from around this time
3
last
parts.
year. Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so if you are still in that pre-purchase mode, definitely jump on over and check those out. I'll put the links in the description as well.
Okay, probably the number one tip that we'd give anyone is to film your handover.
If you have a new vehicle ready to collect from your manufacturer, make sure you film your handover. We are totally speaking from experience here. We referred to our footage, I don't know how many times when we picked up our first van, and even things differ from van to van. So if you're a seasoned traveller but you've got a new van from a new manufacturer, our advice would be take the time, film your handover.
Yep.
It's hours and hours of information that is going to fill your head and make you feel overwhelmed, and you can't retain it all.
And it's the stuff that's going to wake you up at 2 in the morning as well.
Yeah, the awning. Oh
yeah,
my God.
awning, gas, water.
Yeah, how is the system
power.
work?
Those things are probably the key ones to, hitching, unhitching.
Yep.
Really pay attention because, quite often, as you say, not only overwhelming, but they're just getting you out the door. Which, as you would have seen from our zone handover, brilliant. It's the only one we've seen on the market where you're actually then camping during your handover, so that if you've got any questions...
Yeah, that was amazing.
It's
and we
such
did.
a brilliant idea. I think every manufacturer should do that.
We had so many questions,
Yeah.
so it was so good to be able to do that. And we still filmed, of course. What I was going to say is you don't need a fancy camera. You don't need a big Canon R6 or anything like that to film. Just use your phone.
Yeah.
Have it there, because then you've always got it with you too, in your pocket to refer to as you need.
Perfect advice.
Oh, and if you are still in that, I don't know what I want to purchase or what style of traveller I am or what's going to be best for us as a family, check out our Caravan versus Motorhome episode.
Oh, cool.
Again, we'll put the link down below. I'll try and pop it up as a card as well. That just talks about the pros and cons, the differences in the different styles of travelling, so it might give you some good tips too.
Yes, I love that. Are you more about the journey or are you more about the destination? Was a huge thing that we learnt between our time spent travelling in a motorhome and then also travelling in the van.
Yep.
It was when I'd broken my ankle the first time that we did that episode, and it was a huge response.
Yeah.
One of our most watched episodes to date. So some really great gems in there. And again, if you're doing a towing course and, the second driver, or if it's, more often than not, it is the wife or the partner that
It's generally the passenger.
isn't, thinking I'll ever do any towing. Do the towing course, because stuff happens.
Oh my gosh, yes. And you're thrown behind the wheel. You just alleviate that stress, feel confident.
And then once I got the moon boot off, we got out to Winton and I snapped my ankle again. Same ankle, same spot. Unbelievable. And Kate felt pretty confident.
Well, I certainly did that time around. We can't take you anywhere, Dolls.
Yeah, what are you talking about? No, that's it. I'm done now. I'm done with accidents.
No more broken bones.
No, or rolling 79s over or anything.
No.
All right. Tyre pressures, oil, water checks, the 4 C's of tyre maintenance. Thank you to one of our great mates from Tassie, who's also one of the chief officers down there in Tasmania Fire Department, a fiery, he gave us this information straight from the fireys to you. It is priceless.
Yeah, and we didn't really know it like this, not succinct like this.
Look, a lot of times with accidents, he was saying when he comes up to vehicle accidents, whether that's towing vehicles or single vehicles, tyre pressures and tyre condition is a major factor, contributing factor to accidents. So it's just hugely important, isn't it?
Yeah, it so is. Yeah, one to be aware of.
Weigh everything before you pack it in the van.
Yes, I mean, it might feel like a really big task at the time, but you'll be so thankful you did, because it's hard to gauge how much weight you're putting in. I mean, you go and do a grocery shop and you have 3 or 4 bags of tinned food or sauces or whatever. It weighs so much.
Look, when we did our weight check with Dave Lewis the first time, and as I mentioned, we've got one coming up in maybe about a month, I think, by the time we get through Canopy Build and this series. He said, you know, you can put a sticky dot on
everything before you put it in the van, and then take it off as you use it, so that a few months down the track you can see, oh, actually I've still got a lot of stuff with sticky dots on it, so maybe I'm not going to use it. Yours came off straight away, though.
Straight away.
Yeah.
It was instant.
Yeah. Look, another really great episode that we've got coming up too is RV maintenance that you are going to do.
This is industry expert, okay? It's me chatting with someone who does this for a living to really go over the van and talk about interior maintenance, exterior maintenance, and a huge one on the tyres, brakes, hitch, you know, what to use to clean your van, what to do with your solar panels. Brilliant, okay? And it really is RV Maintenance 101. That's coming up soon as well. Yeah,
awesome for obviously safety and security, but also protecting your asset as well. I mean, it's a lot of money you got there.
Yeah, huge.
You know, that you're travelling in, that you want to keep at its best.
Love it. Okay, that wraps up this week's episode.
Okay.
Again, next week we'll include the must-have gear, storage solutions, safety, security. An absolute huge one. We get asked so often about, are you worried about your safety when you're on the road? When we started, yeah, we were.
Yeah.
And now we just go, what were we worried about? So we'll talk you through that as well.
Good tips how to keep yourself safe and things
great
to
ideas.
have on board to keep yourself safe as well. Communications.
It's a massive one. And then, of course, preparing for off-grid living. If that's the desire in you and that's the way you're headed, well, we are raving fans now. It took us 3 years to get here, almost, but yeah, it is an absolute lifestyle change that we are loving.
Yep, awesome.
All right, well, for now, we'll say goodbye. Do dream big, look after yourself and look after your family.
And happy trails.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel. And if you'd like more information on full-time RV travel and living, visit our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com. There you'll find loads of free resources, our weekly podcast, caravan cooking recipes, our monthly Go RV magazine articles, and much more. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take care of yourself and your family, and happy trails.